I was pretty bad. I was a playboy.
Oh, yeah.
Wild boy, yeah.
Define bad. What did you do that was so bad?
Started a gang in town.
Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Danielle and Garrick in the season 5 finale of Seeking Sister Wife. Now I have to be honest with you guys, I haven't done a great job of following along with this show, but I do always love to go back and watch Garrick and Danielle. I feel like Garrick could be the Cody Brown replacement. If Sister Wives goes off the air, I feel like these two could have their own show and I would definitely watch it. So here is your spoiler warning. I'm about to tell you what happens to these two in this episode. So if you don't want to know, you should stop the video here. Just end it right here because there was a lot that happened to them. They really pushed a lot of information in this episode. So I just want to warn everybody. So in this episode, all of these things either were filmed or they tell us that they happened. Miriam comes to visit. It goes well. Natalia gets upset. Natalia ends things with Garrick and Danielle. They continue to see Miriam, but eventually that ends. They pursue another relationship with a new potential sister wife. Garrick baptizes her and proposes to her the first time that he meets her. And sometime during all of this, Danielle has a baby. So that is a lot of stuff to take in during one episode. But that wasn't even the most interesting part. What really stood out was this.
I didn't love God or live for God when I was younger. I was pretty bad. I was a playboy.
Oh, yeah.
Wild boy.
So I want to give you a little bit of context. They are having alone time. Miriam is visiting. They've decided to spend quality time together, getting to know each other more. So it's just her and Garrick sitting on the sofa talking, and he is telling her about his life before he began to follow God and before he became a Christian. And he says that he was a playboy. But that isn't all, you guys. That's not all.
Started a gang in town.
What?
Tough guy, cool guy.
Oh my God.
So he started a gang. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he said tough guy, cool guy. That's what he was kind of mumbling. I just want to point out the haircut that he had. So TLC shows us this photo when he's talking about his gang life. I'm guessing that's what he looked like. Is that his real hair? Like, what's happening? That's all I'm saying is this is all very bizarre. And it's even crazier that he thought he should talk about this while being filmed. And that he should give them these photos. I would do everything to hide this if I was him. And it just keeps getting better. Listen to this part.
Your gang name.
Always Thuggin, Krew. Yeah, and we did it should be a C, but we did it with a K.
So he was in the Always Thuggin crew, and he had a truck decal. He says he had a truck decal so you could identify him as being a member of this gang, and he would protect people for cash. So if you needed protection and you were lucky, you might spot Garrick out driving his truck with an Always Thuggin Krew decal, and then you could just pay him to protect you. I mean, I have no idea how gangs work. Don't know anything about street life, but there's just something that feels a little bit odd about this whole thing with Garrick. And it's not odd, it seems hilarious. But you guys, we're not the only ones who thought it was funny. Miriam actually thought it was funny as well. And she doesn't just laugh when he's talking about it. She flat out says it was funny during a confessional.
Which I found funny because Garrick grew up in this town and he's like 6 generations in.
And just because I was interested, I did go and look up the population of the town that they were in when this was filmed. And I'm guessing it's where he lived based on what she is saying. The population is 3,000 people. So it's possible this little tiny town in Colorado was terrorized by the Always Thuggin crew, led by Garrick.
So it's like, were you spoiled and just a little rebel doing what you wanted to do in the city? So it was kind of funny.
Yes, Miriam, it was kind of funny, and I'm glad that you were smart enough not to fall for Garrick and Danielle in all of this ridiculousness. But Garrick isn't the only one who gives us something to talk about. We also get a little bit of a performance from Danielle.
Natalia, a lot has happened in the last 6 weeks, and they just have gotten worse.
Danielle's facial expressions frequently give her away, and her words and her face do not match up. So when she is crying, it always feels like she's trying to put on a bit of a show, and I don't know if I believe it, but it did feel more sincere in this episode than it did during her last major performance. And I just want to remind you guys of this.
I don't understand. She said she was my sister.
It just feels like Danielle has came a long way. She realizes that there must be a certain subtlety when she is fake crying. Or maybe it is because they were more invested in Roberta and it was the first sister wife they were seriously pursuing. Maybe it was sincere. But I don't think so. You guys let me know down in the comments what you think of Danielle and all of the crying she has done about the sister wives that they have been getting to know. I just struggle with it because during so many other scenes, when they're talking about having a new wife in their family, even though she's acting like she wants it, it doesn't feel like she really does. She is one of those people, her face just gives it all away. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. So I'm going to skip back over to Miriam and Garrick for a second. There was another part of them talking that I found a little bit funny. Let me go ahead and put the clip in. This is them talking about their dreams. And Miriam has just told Garrick that she wants to work in the beauty industry.
I love designing. I'm artistic. So my dream is to design women's clothing. Mm-hmm. You might be my fashion model.
That is like one of the creepiest things ever. Like that is the situation you tell your daughters to avoid at the mall, and sons as well. I shouldn't just say daughters, but like back in the day, you know, if someone at the mall approaches you and says you can model and they want to take photos of you, say no way. Don't talk to that person. There's just something creepy about it, and Garrick masters it. He is a master at being a creepy guy. And genuinely, I don't think he realizes that he does it. I don't think he knows how creepy he comes off. But there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is how the show ends, and it gives us an update of everything. And we find out that, you know, Miriam and Natalia, they're gone, and they've met someone new. So according to this episode, Danielle and Garrick have moved on to Lorena from Brazil, and the first time that Garrick met her, he proposed and baptized her, because of course you have to do everything as fast as possible and all at once, right? And so now they're working on getting her a K-1 visa so she can come to America. I feel like Garrick is a salesman, and then Danielle is over at the side, you know, trying to sabotage the sell and trying to make sure it doesn't happen in her own way. So I'm hoping that that is what happens with Lorena. I hope she doesn't fall for it. You know, Garrick has this show and he has this beautiful home, and he really tells a story about it being inspired by God and his faith. I hope Lorena doesn't fall for that. I'm counting on Danielle to make sure it doesn't happen, because I think that's what's really going on at this point. I think Danielle is sitting there nodding along, but super secretly sabotaging all of this. I just don't know how many times she can keep it up, but I'm hoping we have another failed sister wife attempt. That is what I'm hoping we see in the next season. I feel sort of mean saying that, but I just don't think this is going to work, and I don't even think Danielle's going to be happy if it does, which means the other wife might not be happy as well, so might as well make sure it doesn't happen. You know, the only thing that would be better is maybe if Danielle just left, but hey, then I wouldn't get to watch the show, right? So you guys let me know down in the comments what you think about Danielle and Garrick and any of the other couples on the show. And if you haven't already, I hope you'll go ahead and click like and subscribe and come back to Happily Ever Reality.